Okay, so last time we were working on adverbial sentences still. We have some negated adverbial sentences. I went back and fixed them because I had left off the UNAs on a bunch of them, but I went and put some of them in. So we'll just keep going with this. Maybe we can even finish this particular worksheet today, and then at least, excuse me, either this time or next time we'll go on to relative clauses with adverbial predicates. So that will be pretty fun. So we'll just keep, just plugging right along with these. Do I have a volunteer who wants to do, say, a bunch of 4 of them? Looking to see if any hands go up. Not seeing anything. So I'm going to pick on someone. I'm going to pick on David. I haven't seen you in a while. Do you want to do 4 of these?
Hi y'all. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So number 14, Ben, Pa, Neb, and I think it's Her. Pa, this would be Ta. And then what is this? Is this a donkey or a calf maybe?
It is a newborn Bubalis. Let's look. This is kind of, I mean, I always enjoy this. I don't know if everyone else does. I think it's called Bubalis. Oh, Bubalis with a U. Yeah, it's a baby one of these. Water buffalo.
Okay.
Bubalis.
But
Yeah.
and it's I see from the previous exercise that it's dy. I think
it's
no. EU, yeah, okay. Una is the entire is what's left there.
That's it. How do you feel about the Coptic?
So the first part is M is a negated thing. And then we have P, and Neb would be, I don't know if we end up with Nob or something. I don't remember. Neb, okay. Not sure about Her. He, okay, yeah. So
and that, if you think about it, like the syllable final R or word final R is lost, so you're just left with he.
Yeah. He of, yeah, and then we have so P is the article, and then Ta means land.
It is attested as Ta in Coptic.
Okay.
It's quite rare, but there are a few instances of it.
And then An.
That's right.
So there is, or the what can I say, the Lord, or as a Lord, but as in is not on the land.
Yeah. The Lord is not on the land. Yeah, this actually is like, I'm always so pleased when they turn out to be really decent Coptic sentences, because like the Coptic that we're using here is just meant to illustrate the late Egyptian. It's not always good Coptic, but I think that is actually pretty good Coptic. Okay, let's do another one.
And then I don't know if the rabbit is when. Maybe.
It is when.
When, and then oo. So when, okay, and then we have another N and H. N, H, A, and Y.
Yeah, I've been doing double I for double relief, just to make it clear.
And then, so this is a plural form from the determinative, but this is what we have.
Yeah, so you might know the Middle Egyptian word nehi, that means like some or few or little even. So this is like the late Egyptian version of that word. So it's, yeah, so it is a plural idea. It's like a few of something. And it literally is a few of and high-en.
Yeah, okay, high-en. Okay, and then and this is the next part is nesut or
Yeah,
yeah,
I would do this.
tutti.
Nesuti.
Then we have M and the I don't remember the ejaculating penis, what it's called. Bah, okay. And then Na, and at the end we have gods. So in Middle Egyptian it's Netcheru.
Yeah.
With Netchera.
Oh, that's a 3. This is how I've been marking them. I was thinking maybe I would do, how do you do superscript or command? I was thinking maybe I'll do it like that when it's all done. But I've just been writing them as a 3 because like this is essentially like 3, you know? So this, like, by putting this, it marks this accurately. I should probably do it here too. So it reflects what's in the hieroglyphs. Oh man, should I do it here? I've been kind of inconsistent about this. But I guess only where it's needed, I put it in because we need to know that it's plural, but we know from Coptic that the word didn't actually have an U on the end at this time. So yeah, it's tricky.
And then for the Coptic, this is the when, the existence predicate or what it's called. And then Neha-en.
What is the plural indefinite article in Coptic?
Hen.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So just hen, and so next means what we have for king or some. Is this king Nesut? Isn't it king?
It is king. Yeah.
And what do we usually say in Coptic?
So we could have erau. There is a plural form of the king, but it comes from the word pera'a. It doesn't actually come from the word nesu. The word nesu really doesn't survive in the Coptic, except I know of 2 cases. There is the word shents, that means royal linen. So that's actually, what is it? Sheser ensu, and it survives as shents. So this ens part is from nesu. And then there's also sonter, for it's an epithet of Amun, like king of gods. And then this is the word king. So we can guess that it might have been something, just putting those 2 together, it probably would have been something like nso or king. And then the plural, because we have this double reed leaf, we can guess that it would have been something like nsoi. So I can go ahead and put that in, but I should just, you know, specifically mark it as a, it's just made up. I just made it up.
Okay, and then we have this bah means in the presence of, which we have maybe hachten in Coptic or
yeah, hachten. I don't think. I'm not sure of the etymology of hachten. It's like, I think it comes from the ha that's like under, though, the hair, like 4th HR, I think is the first part, like under the face of hachten. This one actually survives pretty clearly as mah.
Okay, and then this would be the last one would be NGO or something.
It is, I think it would be nenenter. So inter is the plural of gods, and that's, you know, just to circle back to that. That's why the 3 in the transcription, right? Because there's no indication that there's an u on the end of the word. In fact, what probably happened is there was at one time an u, and then through metathesis, it got moved inside the word and then changed to an eta. So yeah, and that probably had already happened by the time that the text we're looking at was written.
Okay, and this I would translate as there are some kings in the presence of the gods.
Yeah, very good. I'm going to make it a thing to put periods on all the complete sentences, including in Coptic and transcription. I haven't been doing that this whole time, but that's a change I'm making, just FYI. Okay, you want to do a couple more?
Okay, so now we have Wenu again.
Mhm.
Well, Wenu, N-H-I-N. And then we have Ha. Maybe Ha-R-H-R-U. And then M, Pa. And this last word means, I don't know if it means month or some kind of calendar.
Yeah, month, Ibed.
So then we have when, hen, and then haru.
Oh, someone tell me what it is. I can never remember this one. It's in like the cool thing about this word. So it's days, right? Which is like heru in Middle Egyptian. The actual word for day in Late Egyptian is ha'u, because if you look at the Coptic word for day, it's ha'u, right? It's lost the R through phonetic changes. And it's Late Egyptian reflects that already. The R is not there, but in the plural, the R actually comes back in, and the Coptic word is like ahreu, I think. I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly, but it's something like that, where you can plainly see that the R is preserved by its position because it's syllable initial in the plural, and the U of the plural also is preserved all the way through, and it's plainly written in the Late Egyptian. So that's pretty neat.
Okay, and then we have N. So okay. M, yeah, okay, so M, because we get pivot or something like this.
Yeah.
So there are some days in the month.
Yeah, it's a dumb sentence, but you know, they're just practice sentences.
Okay, and then Wenu, and this next thing, I know we've seen it earlier, I think so.
This one right here.
Yeah.
So it's a biliteral, and there's a phonetic complement. So the second value is ein.
So it's I. No, what? Yeah, we don't have the E here. So what? And then is it Senet?
Senet.
And then Ni, M, okay, N-Im. Okay, yes, this is okay. N-Im, Na, Sen, Nu, Senu.
Yeah, that's it. Senu is the name of the eagle in Assassin's Creed Origins, and this is basic. That's basically the word it comes from. It comes from the like the Nisba form. That's like second in command or whatever. Yeah. So there you go. Little Assassin's Creed trivia for you. And the Coptic is good in this case. The Coptic is really close.
Okay, yeah, when, and then wa. Just okay, just and then the next one is so is it Sona?
Oh, no.
Sona, en im.
This
Just
becomes men.
men. And then the last one, the last one would be ensneu.
Yes.
Nesneu, yeah. Nesneu.
Yeah, it becomes neb because the two consonants at the front.
There is a there is a sister with the siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. I like the little not so subtle like laugh at the end, because I mean these sentences are pretty banal, right?
I think it's good. I think it's good because it makes me. I can't fake it in a way. I can't just think contextually about what the answer should be.
Yeah, I mean I did try to make them sensible, like you know it's not a cow that's with the siblings, it's a sister.
Yeah.
So I tried to make them like somewhat sensible, so that they are like they don't seem totally ridiculous, but you know at best they're extraordinarily banal. Like there was a sister with the siblings, like oh, you know, hot off the presses, there's a sister with the siblings. Anyway, okay, you did great, David. Thank you very much. I'm gonna call on another unwilling participant. I see a number of people have hidden their faces, which helps me know who I should call on, actually. I think I'm going to purposely call on people who've hidden their face. Is that too mean? Is it too mean to purposely call on people who've hidden their faces? I don't know. Oh, Rasmus is back. Okay, Rasmus won't. Oh, Kathy. Kathy, you raised your hand. Okay, Rasmus, you've been spared by Kathy.
Okay. Okay, so 18, Ben Na, E.T. N.E.M.
Hi there, this is Dr. Brian from Arizona.
Pa Sen. And then what's the E? Yune? Yuna?
You know, yeah.
The Coptic I'm working on. I'm actually going back to the other class, so I'm trying. N Neyote.
Yeah.
And then I have a question of the difference between men with M epsilon N versus just the MN with the stroke. Like, when do you?
I might have written it this way. They're basically the same.
Okay.
So if I've written it this way, it's just because I forgot how to spell it. So there are multiple dialects of Coptic. There are really 5 main dialects. And then within those 5, there are 2 sort of really dominant dialects. One is Saitic, which is like the kind of the classical language. It's what most of the ancient literature is written in. The other is Bohairic, which is the language that's still used by the Coptic Church. I originally started studying Bohairic, so I very often insert like Bohairic things when I'm trying to write Saitic. And this word in Bohairic is Nem, which actually more closely matches the late Egyptian, because it's, you know, the consonants are in the same order or whatever. But then so sometimes I write men. Just because I'm conflating them. Yeah.
Okay, but it's essentially the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And like
great.
In general, if you see the super linear stroke, you can, I would say like 95% of the time, you can just write an epsilon before the consonant that has the stroke, and it's the same word.
Passon?
Yeah, good.
On.
Okay.
So the fathers are not with the brother.
Yeah. Fathers are not with the brother. That's it.
Okay, 19. Pa Netcher. M Pa Wea. Okay.
Hi there, this is Dr. Brian Baldwin.
What is it? What did we just say? Pa Note? Nute?
Yep.
And that would be another men.
Yeah.
Or
excuse me, sorry, Kathy. So men went with in yim. This is just M, which in Coptic actually becomes like just M, basically. M or N.
Okay. And then I don't think we have had the word for Wea.
Yeah, it doesn't survive.
Okay. The god is in the sacred bark.
He was perfect for us. He did not mind that we did.
Kathy, should we all be hearing this conversation that's happening behind you?
We just gotta look.
Probably not. Hang on 1 second. I can move here.
I don't mind. I just want to make sure that it's not like private information that's being recorded.
No, I'm still at work, but no, it's not a big deal unless it's obnoxious.
No, oh, it's fine. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. Okay. 20 Ben. Pa, and then Hedge. No.
Hedge.
Wait.
Good. Yeah.
It is Hedge. Okay.
That's
Great.
Hedge.
Herder. Herdep. It's close. Herder is funnier. Okay.
Yeah. That was like a meme, like, I don't know, like 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
right.
The herder memes. I forgot about those. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, okay. Paper.
Yep.
Okay, so,
Okay.
oh, I forgot the word for
That-
money.
That was perfect, and I'll probably keep the timing the same. Let me just.
Yeah, I can't remember it would be plus something, but I don't remember. Hot, okay.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's the same word. I mean, it's really
Okay,
nice.
I guess that's easy. Okay.
So clonidine is a,
On, no,
it doesn't have so much of the sedative effect.
God, I don't remember upon either, but some upon, he,
Let's say
It really
he
is- it is
gem
really-
here.
okay, like he
Um,
is on and he gem is like
I'll say
upon.
it sounds like totally
Yeah.
a,
So
Okay.
this comes from it's he Joe
Slime
N
incredibly well.
originally, like
Oh, okay.
on the head of,
Mhm.
and then these merge, and then
But tough
because the
at
next sign is going to be a P,
and then
this
getting
N is
it
going to change to an M.
So,
We get M here.
I wouldn't be
Oh, that's
surprised
right. Okay.
if it was one of
Yeah,
Um,
and like this is not a Coptic class, so I don't expect you guys to remember all those things. Right?
Okay.
We're just,
I'm just trying.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah.
So
So, the money is on top of the house.
Hold us over and still allow us to be.
The money is not on top of the house, sorry.
Oh, it's not. Yeah,
So you would have on the end of the,
yeah. We need to have an on here.
A prolonged response. So let's try 2 capsules.
Like,
of gabapentin.
that's a regular place for money, is to be on the
Yeah,
house?
same time.
I don't know.
I mean, not normally.
We'll just
You know,
try it. Same of later.
Depends on your circumstances, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Okay, when you, what is
This
this?
is his
What?
Good.
What?
Well, I'm glad he at least got back to his normal self the next day.
Let's see,
Usually
where
they-
am I?
Oh,
Set Hamed,
Let's try that new regimen. Let's do 2 gabapentin and 1
Naeem,
clonidine, or excuse me, 3 clonidine, 2 gabapentin.
Ta,
And see how it goes. I was.
I always
also
get these
wondering about the
backwards.
check looks excellent.
Yeah. Well, it is backwards, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Hemetsu. It's hard, yeah, it's just hard for me to remember.
I'm gonna should I write suit Hemet?
But
I'm gonna
the
write
rest of the
Hemet Nesut
results look wonderful.
because it's an abbreviation. It's just Sue, but it's an
Oh, of
abbreviation
course,
for the
yeah,
word
no problem
Nesut.
whatsoever. And I'm
Okay.
glad that everything went okay yesterday.
I
It
had,
wasn't, completely zonked, but let's see
When-
if the change will help him out the next time.
when
Of course.
Oisime,
Usime?
Oisihime,
Yeah.
We were just happy that he
Um,
wasn't phased. He was like, okay, yeah, go ahead. And you can get
I don't
on the plans, it's
know
fine."
the rest of that one. It would be like, men
Exactly.
ta something, but
Yeah, and then we don't have
That sounds
Hemet
like a
Nesu at
plan.
all.
I will put that
We can
in.
actually
So
guess.
that way,
We can
we at
guess
least have a bounce answer.
Himenso.
Okay,
We can reconstruct it as
you're
Himenso.
welcome. You guys
But-
have a great weekend.
Okay.
Bye.
cool. And then, let's see. There's a woman with the king's wife.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Kathy. Okay, and yeah, I think this is kind of interesting. There's actually no feminine word for king in Egyptian. There is in Coptic, but in earlier Egyptian, we don't have one. The closest thing we have is this word, Hemet Nesut, wife of the king. There's no equivalent of queen. And then when we have actual female rulers in like earlier Egyptian history, they identify themselves using the word king, which is kind of interesting. A lot has been said about that. You might have heard, actually, it's kind of a common meme, like among these like geek culture online forums and things where people talk about ancient Egypt. You'll often see the claim that ancient Egypt is sort of like especially progressive in terms of gender equality, which is true, but it's only relatively true, right? Egypt was progressive relative to like other places in the ancient Near East where like women were essentially the property of their husbands. Women in ancient Egypt were not the property of their husbands. They could own property. They could work for a living if they wanted to. They could divorce their husbands. They would inherit, although they generally inherited less than the male children did. So all that's kind of true, but then at the same time, it was like still a very male dominated society. And here's just like a little glimpse at one of the many, many ways that we can tell that. So the next time someone tells you that like Egypt is super feminist, you know, you might correct them, because it definitely was not. None of us would want to go live there. I can promise you that. Okay. So Kathy did a great job. Who am I going to pick on next? Oh, Aaron. Okay, we've got a volunteer. I'll take it.
Okay, Wenu, Nahayan, Iti, and Im Na Necher.
Okay.
I want to try the Coptic.
This is going to be a good Coptic. It's going to be like really like nice Coptic.
Okay, I'll do my best. When Heniote, men, and ter.
Yeah, I think I did it this way before. I'm going to do it this way
And
again. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are fathers with the gods, or some fathers, however.
Yeah, however you want to do it. Actually, I remember writing this example and thinking it was kind of cool because Yoda can also mean ancestors.
Maybe forefather.
Forefathers, yeah. So it's like they're dead.
Okay, men, bucket, emsa, ta seshadet. Men, boke,
Yeah, I think this is one I reconstructed, but yeah, okay.
and sa, tushoshet.
Yes. I think it's
Um,
with Omega. I think I've made this mistake enough that I finally learned that it's written Shoshet, not Shoshet. Yeah, okay.
there is no maid servant behind the window.
This one, I didn't intend this, but it's like, there's kind of like a Victorian horror vibe to this one. I don't know. I mean, I'm just like making things up at this point. That's what I'm talking about.
Ben Nagashu Empa Mer Yuna. It's optional, right? The N at the beginning, the negative N in Coptic.
It is optional. Yeah, we don't have to put it.
And geisha.
Yeah. Keisha. Yeah, this.
And this I'm not sure about. Temro
Yeah, good. Timro.
is on. The migratory birds are not in the harbor.
Yeah, it sounds silly in English, but I could see that being a real Egyptian sentence. Because like it would tell you what time of year it is or something. Like I could see that happening in a story. It's like kind of a cool sentence. I'm just defending my stupid sentences at this point.
It's not stupid. Men necher di die. Men enter Thai. There are no gods here.
Yeah, I like your delivery too. This is a line in an action movie. There are no gods here. You want to do another one? I don't know how many you did, but
yeah, I'm happy to.
okay.
Wenu wa hai mdiu ta hemet. chemet. When uhai, ente, tehime.
That's it. Yeah, another good
Really?
Coptic sentence.
Wow. There is a husband, I wasn't sure about this, who belongs to the wife.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And this, so we haven't actually done this yet, but in Egyptian, this could
Scheme,
also,
maybe.
why do you think it should be Teshime, Mustafa?
I mean, it is all me as meaning, as I know, is same.
Yeah, well, so Hema in Coptic really means woman, sort of generically, like it doesn't imply that she's married. Whereas Hema does specifically, if it's used by itself as a noun, it implies that the woman is married to a man.
I get it.
I guess it could imply that she's married to a woman, but we don't really have any textual evidence of that I know of. It implies that she's married at the very least. Although the word Hema is, I have seen it used as adjectivally to mean female. And that's actually kind of what's happening in the word Sahima. So I think we had an example earlier of Sahima. Let's just look at it real quick. So what's happened here is that in earlier Egyptian, you had two words. You had this word, right? And then you had this word. So this is man and woman, right? Z and Zet. Oh, I should actually probably be writing this as Z. Oh well. And then through phonetic change, like the T is not pronounced. The vowel is like a short vowel, and those two words become indistinguishable from one another. So what actually happens is the sa word, which actually survives in the Coptic as a prefix on some words, ends up just being saw. It was probably C early on. That C word comes to be indistinguishable whether it's referring to man or woman, because it would be C for a man and seat for a woman. Now the T is lost, so it's C and C. So in order to actually say woman, you have to add something to it. You have to say a female C. There's a C and then there's a female C to distinguish them. And that's where Shima comes from.
I get it. That's
Yeah.
logical.
It's kind of neat. It's also where the word woman in English comes from, because like it's with man. There's man, which just originally means basically person or man. And then you want to say like a female person, a with man, and then that becomes the word woman. It's kind of the exact same thing happened in English. It's really neat. But in this case, it is specifically white.
I had a quick question going back on 25. Would it have on at the end of it, or does it need it for
It doesn't
yeah.
need it.
Doesn't need it because of the men.
Because men already does that. I'm trying.
Gotcha. So okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want an on here. Good question. Yeah, it's worth checking. I'm pretty sure you don't need one. I can't decide whether it's possible to have one. I feel like if I saw the Coptic sentence, if I saw the sentence with on, I wouldn't even notice the on as being weird, but I think it is a little bit weird because I don't think you're supposed to have an on here. But yeah, that's just me. That's off the top of my head. I'm not sure that that's correct. And then there was another thing that we were talking about. I lost track. There's another question about this. Oh, the who belongs to. Oh yeah. Okay. So again, we haven't gotten to this yet, but this sentence would also be a way of saying the wife has a husband. So just like Egyptian has no verb that means to be, Egyptian also has no verb that means to have. And the way you construct sentences of possession is by saying there exists belonging to the person, which is, you know, if you've never studied an Afroasiatic language, it seems really bewildering that they have no word for have. But if you've studied like Arabic or Hebrew, this will be totally natural to you. You actually express possession using a prepositional phrase. and then like some particle, some existential predicator. So this sentence could be translated, there is a husband who belongs to the wife, or the wife has a husband. Yeah, okay. Good job, Aaron. I'm gonna call for other volunteers. Had really good luck with volunteers today, so let's keep it going. Someone who hasn't volunteered in a while. Someone who's going to get picked on.
Maybe
Randy
me.
is, okay, Mustafa, and then Randy, I'm gonna pick on you next time, okay? You all right with that? Okay, cool. Okay, so 4 of these are yours, Mustafa.
First me?
Yep.
Okay. Actually, yeah. Man. Man. Ni.
This is all men.
Okay.
And it's a little weird because I've used Unicode hieroglyphs for this. In like properly formatted hieroglyphs, these are all kind of stacked together, and the word
Okay.
it doesn't look that long. These all stacked together nicely, but it looks ugly here.
Man pouvait depuis im. There is no waiter. Yeah, waiter. There.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna say valet for this. I think I'm really committed.
Valet
There is no valet.
or garçon. Something like.
I mean, yeah.
Wenu. Wa ha hanu her payum yeah. There is a
You wanna do Coptic?
No, I don't know, actually. I'm just
Good. Yeah.
made up. No,
It's Hoim.
Hoim, yeah. Ono Hoim, he Payom, yeah.
Oh.
There is a wave, or there's a wave on the sea.
Good. Yeah, there's a wave on the sea. Oh my gosh. There is a wave on the sea. Okay, got it. Gotta make sure I remember English in the process of doing all this.
Then Nasuti im these kings, I don't know, these and then Soi
I'm
Mao.
just gonna put it real quick. Yeah, it's not a good Coptic sentence at all. But yeah.
And the hieroglyphic version also is a little bit unusual.
Well, it's made up.
Yeah.
It's not a real sentence. So yeah.
The kings there are there.
Yeah, as you know, for English, we want that. Okay. You want to do one more?
Yeah. Men Nesut Hertep pa iteru. There is no king. Actually, yeah, I forgot. Men erro.
But I'm just gonna do install. Yeah.
Okay.
It's fake Coptic.
Men
But yeah.
and so he jim payor Peor. There is no king upon the river.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be typing it. I forgot. There is no king upon the. Oh, what did I
river.
say? I was doing on top of for this. On top of the river. Kind of sounds silly. So how can you be on top of the river? There's no king on top of the river. There's no king. I'm gonna keep it. There's no king on top of the river. I mean, it's a bit silly in English, but it doesn't sound silly to me in Egyptian.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you, Mustafa. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna. I was already gonna pick on Randy, so I'm gonna commit to that. Randy, you're consider yourself picked upon.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
All right.
Min Nisut M Ta.
Hang on.
Well, I know
Nisut is
it's
right.
Nisuti.
So it's weird. So this is the Nesut part, and it's just abbreviated here, and then this is another
Oh.
word.
Hemet. Yeah.
Hemet. Yeah.
Oh, then the honorific transposition.
Right. Good call. So yeah, it's Hemet Nesut, and we know that it is. But the important words get moved to the front, like kings or gods always get moved to the front of a phrase.
M Ta. This one always. I know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in because I've actually. So I had the realization. This is a bit off topic, but I had the realization while working on this project that like I actually should have given you like 10 words for the first exercises and then gradually increased the words as we went along. So this word is actually not appearing in future exercises because it really is just, it's such a pain in the butt and it's not a common word and it really shouldn't be, at the front of the book in this way. But, that's why you write multiple drafts of things because you think of ideas like that as you're going along. So yeah, I'll just put it in.
And the Coptic would be Min. Is it the same order in terms of would it just be Hime and Saw?
Install. I'm gonna start all of this. And I had a question on Discord earlier about so would this be Hemet Install or Hime Install? Our evidence, so we do have a little bit of evidence for this. I can't remember what specifically the examples are, but our evidence suggests that even in like a direct genitive, the feminine wouldn't gain back its T, which is in contrast to cases like Arabic where it does, the T comes back in a direct genitive, but it doesn't in Egyptian.
En ta ali al-ari, whatever you had it reconstructed as.
Yeah, Aleta or something. I can't remember how I reconstructed it before, but it should be something like Aleta. Maybe. I don't know.
Then it is there is no king's wife in the upper room.
Yeah.
All right. Ben Ta Nebit Hair Ta Depit Una. And then the Coptic would be En Ta. Is it Nebe?
Ava?
Nebe? He Ta Tape. It doesn't survive.
Yeah. I guess it would be like this. Tape. But it doesn't survive, unfortunately.
An. There is no.
Gobe? Sorry, I'm still thinking about this because
Okay.
it like presumably it would have been like Dapa or something, or it could be Deepa, or Dupa, but those are less likely on just going on average. So I really want this Dopa, which, you know, in a lot of cases, like when I'm matching the Coptic to the earlier Egyptian, I'm using published sources that like Cherney or Visishal or whatever, where they've gone through and sort of found known cases where we have a Coptic word that's related to a hieroglyphic word. There are many, many cases where we have Coptic words that haven't been identified by their etymology. So with this reconstruction, we could conceivably find this in a text at some point. There's still, like, there are so many Coptic texts that have never been published, never been read. So yeah, you know, it's kind of exciting. Might be out there somewhere. Anyway, what does this mean?
The lady, you know, like the female equivalent of Lord.
Yep.
The lady is not on the boat.
The lady is not on the boat. She didn't get on the boat, so who knows? She's not coming.
Men. Let's see. Yatsha. Yat. I think it's like, well, I don't want to say the translation just yet, but it's I can't remember what it's supposed to be.
Heath.
Ichai.
Ichai.
M. Pa. Wia. And then Min. Is it a Joe?
Oh.
M. Pa. And then it doesn't survive.
Yeah, and so a lot of times I try to reconstruct them, like with Depet here, but this one, it has a reed leaf and an aleph. You know, it's like those are so weird in the way they change over time that I don't even want to attempt a reconstruction. It's just almost guaranteed to be wrong. Maybe like, no, I really can't, because without the vowels and with those consonants, you just can't even guess. They're just, you could get anything.
It's there is it thief?
Yeah, there's not
There
one.
is no thief on the is it ship or is it sacred bark or something?
Sacred bark. Yeah, very specifically, actually. Probably why it doesn't survive, because it's just like such a specific word. Okay, you want to do one more?
Sure.
Okay.
Men. I think it's like what?
I'm gonna write it like this. Iwputi. It's a pote in Coptic, so it's like, yeah, it's confusing.
Her head. I can't remember. Her tip ta yum men about the hijim pa hijim pyom. There is no, there is not a, is it messenger? I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, that's
messenger fine. Upon the sea.
Yeah. I think I should try to be consistent. It's so hard to be consistent with these things. Yeah, upon makes much more sense. Maybe I can be inconsistent. You know, like why are we prizing consistency so highly? Okay, and then okay, Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. I really wish I had just started with this, with just jaw. Like I absolutely could translate this jaw because this is how it survives. It survives as Hijo. I know there's an argument in favor of depth, but oh well. Okay, I'm pretty committed at this point to that. Maybe I'll change it in the book because like all this, I'm gonna, you know, go through it many more times and turn it into a book at some point. So maybe things will end up being different. And then you'll have the joy of reading it again and discovering the things that I changed. You want to do one more? And then
Sure.
I'll give the next person 5 too. That's
Okay.
kind of fair.
Na. Sinu. Im. Nisnu. Imo. The siblings are there.
Okay, great job. Excellent job on the Coptic. I don't know if y'all know this, but Randy does lots of readings of Coptic texts with the text so that you can follow along. So if you're interested in increasing your fluency in Coptic, you should check out all the recordings he's done. They're on Discord, and you now have like a Twitch channel where you do live readings of Coptic text.
I'm still like in the very like fledgling sort of phases of trying to figure out like, you know, how to present myself on camera, how to, you know, fill dead air so that I'm interesting to watch.
I just say silly stuff all the time. So there's never any dead air in this video because it's always just me rambling about goofy things. You know, yeah, but Peter, Twitch is like a streaming service it's mainly for gamers, or at least it started being mainly for gamers. And now it's just kind of like a live stream of a person doing something. I think it's twitch.tv is the website. I have a Twitch channel. I used to do Assassin's Creed Origins, where I would like answer questions that people posted in the chat while I was playing and like explain the like actual history that they used to make the game. So yeah, lots of people have Twitch channels. It's so exhausting though, doing like live streaming video games. Like I would do it for a couple hours. There are people who are on there for like 8 hours at a time. I have no idea how they do that because it's just like, it's really tiring, but it's cool. So yeah.
One of the things I'm trying to do on Twitch right now is to make a Coptic font. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. I'm still like trying to figure out Font Forge, but I'm really not impressed with a lot of the, you know, I'm not really impressed with the variety of Coptic fonts out there. So I want to at least get something that I can use, and then, you know, without even thinking about like, oh, am I going to publish this? What is the copyright going to be? Because like, I just want a font that at the very least, you know, is, you know, I can do the superlinear strokes, you know, accurately over the letter, and something that just like looks different than the few that I've seen a lot.
Yeah, there is certainly a paucity of Coptic fonts out there. And I've seen other live streamers who do font creation and like graphic design work. It's really cool. So yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Randy, a while back, I put into the Discord chat like a paleographic book on Coptic through the years. It's available on the archive.org for checkout. It's really cool to kind of see how it all moves. So
you said you got the link there?
I'd have to find it on archive.org, but yeah, it's pretty cool to kind of see it through the over time.
Okay, yeah, that'd be pretty helpful. Thank you.
Okay, so go check out Randy's Twitch channel and all of his recordings. You have some on SoundCloud too. So if you don't mind, throw some more links into the main Discord so people can go find that if they're curious after this is over.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Awesome. Okay, and I need one more volunteer. I think we're just going to finish this up. We have 5 left. Someone want to do the last 5? I feel like, oh, I saw a hand go up. Where did it go? Mache. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I can try.
Do or do not, Mache.
So men, Baki, and Tanewet. In Coptic, men, Bok. M or hen.
We're using N in here
Mhm.
just to make it match the late Egyptian, but yeah, Hen would actually be better for fluent Coptic.
Okay, and Newet, I'm not sure it survives in Coptic.
It survives as Ne, the name of Thebes.
Okay, so there is not a servant in the town.
Say city, but yeah, it's not a servant. That's good.
And here it would be men ichet and im pa ich.
Good.
So men eche, men pa ech, ech.
Yeah, I don't think we have, I can't remember if we have that preserved or not, but yeah, that's it.
So there is not a bull with a cow.
Other way.
There is not a cow with a bull. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Wenu, what senet ui d. When u sone tai. So there is a sister here. Ta necheret im. So tentore emmau. The goddess is here. Is there? Sorry, is there?
There, good.
Men ur
Yeah.
urduai. So men. I'm not
How did
sure
I
the
do
Coptic
this?
word.
Yeah, how did I do this in Coptic before? It should be, I think I did this, but then it wouldn't have an R. Should be just whoa. Or is there a final vowel and then it would be whoa? Gosh, I really don't know. I'm gonna leave this one as a blank.
Okay.
I think I said something incorrect before, so I'm trying not to make it any worse.
So there is not. That was an important person. I'm not sure what was the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chief, I think I said. You know, I mean, you could say like boss, top guy, whatever. I think I've used chief, so I'll just keep using it for consistency. Okay, great job, Mache. You did great.
Thanks.
Okay. You might think that my sentences become more banal towards the end because I'm like running out of ideas, but the truth is that I actually randomize the order of them. I write them all, and then I use like random number generator to just scramble them. So it's just by chance that the most banal sentences ended up at the very end. Anyway, as I said earlier, I think I'm going to end up redoing these exercises before this becomes a book, and I'm actually going to like filter the vocabulary more carefully so that at least in the early stages, you're kind of only getting things that we have Coptic for, and you're only getting really common words and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's an extra step that will come through in the revisions. But that's all for today. So for next time, we're going to be talking about relative clauses of adverbial predicates. On Duolingo, I got the sentence, maybe you are a duck. And I thought it was deeply philosophical. Yeah. I mean, some of them, they can be quite inspiring. I mean, you can take some of these sentences and use them as writing prompts and tell a really fun story. Like, there is not a servant in the city. What happened here? I don't know. Make it up. It's great. Okay, anyway, relative clauses. So I'll put this in the syllabus, and you always have access to the textbook folder where I write the new things. So that chapter is already there. You can go read it. And I'll obviously, like I always do, I'll go through it in class next time when we're all together. We'll just run through it really quick. And then there are exercises 7 are all ready too. So yeah. Okay. So that's all for today. Until I see you again, have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.